We are back here with Houston Legends, brought to you by the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm Dr. Laura Murillo. We have really enjoyed highlighting individuals in the Houston community who've really made a difference. With us today is none other than Benny Agosto, who's been a great friend of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and has truly been among the best lawyers we have here in our city. Benny, thanks again for being with us, and what a great opportunity to reflect on your career, your family, your parents, and fortunately for you, your father was still living to see you become a lawyer. I know you were the first in your family to go to college and go on to become an attorney. And for you, that has to be something that's very special but also a great responsibility, I would say, in terms of your family and being that example.
Yes, it's unbelievable to recall the pride in my dad when he saw that I graduated from law school. Mm-hmm. And as a business owner, he always needed lawyers. He always had opportunities to deal with lawyers. And he always thought, man, I would have been a great lawyer had I gone to school. Yeah. And after the military, after World War II, then he had to go work. He didn't have the opportunity maybe that others could have. Yes. So when he saw me become a lawyer, it was a great moment of pride. But then, of course, that's a responsibility I have. Not only for my children and my family, mm-hmm. for my siblings, for my nieces and nephews, everybody that's in my family look up to me as the person that first broke that barrier. And so now we're trying to get all these young people in my family educated. But then we have responsibility for our community. And that is giving scholarships to Latinos and Latinas at the 3 law schools, mm-hmm. scholarships to Houston Baptist, HBU, and U of H to try to promote Latinos and Latinas to get educated, which is very important for my wife and I.
Well, and you understand how important it is, especially during those trying times, to get that scholarship, whether it's $1,000 or $500 for those students. It can make all the difference. And you understand that, you make time for it, and we see so many others that you are affiliated with that do the same. Currently, we know that the status as it relates to the needs for more attorneys to provide this pro bono service, you take that very seriously. But I'm still astonished at how much you were able to do in your professional life and community with everything else you have going on. Managing that time. Help someone who is young, especially perhaps starting a family, is an attorney, is trying to become a partner. What were some of the things that you did to help you get where you are today?
And that's an important thing to understand and discover as a young person, young lawyer. She needs to understand that it's not a balance. That's the first thing, misconception. Everybody wants to have balance in life. They want to be able to identify, I want to have a home life and a work life. But what it comes down to is it has to be unbalanced. You got to dedicate yourself to where you're going. And then when you are home, then focus on quality time, because you're sleeping half the time you're at home, you're working the rest of the time. So your time at home when you're not sleeping is very limited. So if you focus on quality time, going on walks, playing with your kids, loving your wife or husband, being part of that family in a quality way, then everybody benefits, because you do need to work time at networking and going to functions and working hard as a lawyer in particular, or in a business world, whatever you're doing. So it's not really balance. It's having to manage and learning to manage the unbalance of successful life. It's difficult, but once you open your eyes to that reality, then you will do it with more passion, with more pleasure, and really enjoy yourself.
And just come to accept that you will not have on a Wednesday evening 6 hours of time to be with your friends, your partner, but you might have those 2 and utilize them, plan what you're going to do for those 2, and then also be in a situation where there's an understanding that it's a family plan. This going back to school or trying to become partner is a sacrifice for everyone.
That's correct. Ways. Yeah, and we have to make sacrifices every day in life. I mean, some are small, some are big, but when you want to achieve a great goal or be successful, it doesn't come without hard work. It doesn't come without sacrifice. And a lot of times, unfortunately, families suffer that sacrifice. So the key is to be able to manage that unbalance and to put a lot of quality time into your spouse, your partner, your family, your children, and that will be enjoyed and remembered. Versus if you're working all the time and then you come home and you sleep all day or all night, then there's a disconnect, and that's where families suffer.
Yeah, so just managing that. So it's good to hear that men also understand that there is a role that they play with the family, and that maybe at the end of the day there isn't balance, but there is quality, and so we strive toward that. Talk to me a little bit about what you've seen in the law profession in terms of women achieving partner status and some of the changes that you've observed personally.
Well, that's a very important issue to me and to my law firm and to the Houston Bar Association. When I started practicing law and I first came to my firm in 1991, I was the first non-white male ever hired at the firm. So it was all white males and no women, no minorities, nothing. Now when you look at my firm, where half of us lawyers, trial lawyers, are women, and of course, all of us have different colors, sizes, shapes. We're like the community. Interestingly, Houston is the #1 most diverse city in America today. That's wonderful as people, keep those records. But the law profession is the least diverse of all professions. So there's some disconnect there that us as lawyers and leaders in the bar community, we need to really focus on bringing our minority partners and minority lawyers into the fold, making them partners, making them leaders in our respective firms. And so the Houston Bar this year, with my team and my leadership, we're trying to promote diversity or celebrate diversity. It's one of the pillars of my year, and that includes women, that includes, all diversity members, including LGBT. We're really creating new opportunities now that we're celebrating 150 years of the Houston Bar Association this year in 2020. We want to bring them up to that level where we're enjoying and celebrating the diversity of our city and our bar.
Well, that is wonderful, and today we celebrate you, congratulate you, your family, for all that you've done, the many people that you've helped lift up and take to another level. We thank you for that, Benny.
Thank you, Dr.
Much appreciated. On behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we thank you for joining us. Have a great day.